pretty good show. And the second show, UFC 127, that happened later on in the night. Now, a lot of people, including other team takeover members, were saying that the card wasn't going to be that great. I thought so too. I thought it was going to be a bore fest, but the card actually came out pretty decently. And To start off, I'm not going to go over every fight because there's a lot of fights. But On the preliminary card, Mark Hunt defeated Chris Teixeira. Forgive me if I mispronounce his last name. I heard it a million times during the broadcast, but whatever. Hunt defeated Teixeira by KO, second round. Was beating his ass. Hunt looked great, thank God. He's still not of the greatest shape, but he was never of the greatest shape. But at least he won, and that's the most important thing, because I would have been really, really down if Hunt lost this fight. But he won one for his home crowd. Hopefully he sticks around. I know UFC isn't going to get rid of him, but hopefully he sticks around for a while, because I don't know. A lot of the Pride fans are really looking forward to this fight, and I kind of completely didn't even mention this fight in my previous vlog. So shame on me. But either way, I was really, really happy. For me, this was like the main event of the show. I know other Team Takeover members were saying the same thing, but Hunt winning was awesome. On the preliminary card that we saw on TV, Fukuda lost to Nick Ring. Just a robbery. Shame on the UFC. You know, the UFC and Dana White complains about the judges, the judging, and then all of a sudden, here they come. They're running a show in Australia. They bring in judges from America. The UFC pays for these guys, so it's not like it's an athletic commission deciding who these guys are. They actually pay to have these guys judge this fight, and they just robbed Fukuda of this win. It was ridiculous. The Japanese man gets no love. Just a travesty. I mean, anybody that was watching the fight would have saw that Fukuda won the second and third round. The first round could have gone either way. I know Chuck Liddell on Twitter even mentioned, he's like, wow, this is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Fukuda lost. Whatever. I mean, I can't believe this. I'm still in disbelief, and it's Tuesday. You know, this happens all the way in Saturday. But either way, that's what happened. Ridiculous. Either way, on the main card, I'm going to go over Noak beat Kamazi. Like I said before in my previous vlog, I thought Noak, the local boy from Australia, choked him out in the first round. Nothing really much to talk about. It didn't last actually very long, so nonetheless, I was happy for the crowd. The welterweight bout, second fight, Lytle versus Ebersol, Brian Ebersol. Ebersol is a veteran of a lot of regional MMA shows. Fought Chris Lytle, who's just a veteran of the UFC, very tough, gritty guy. I believe it was like his fourth, or I don't even, you know what, I'm not too sure. I think it was like his eighth fight in the night, or some type of bonus. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I know he's tied with Anderson Silva, but nonetheless, Ebersol looked extremely comfortable out there, which was surprising to me. The guy's been fighting, I don't know how many, over 60 fights. Never was on the big show, but Ebersol just looked completely comfortable. Didn't look like he had the jitters at all, the UFC jitters that a lot of guys have, and fought a great fight. Very entertaining throughout the show. Was doing and checking his wrists to show like, oh, is the round over? Had like an awesome chest hair shape up of a arrow pointing to his head. He's claiming that it's just to allow the opposing fighter to have a target or show them where the target is. Ebersol didn't even look rocked in the fight. He looked great. I mean, I'm going to be rooting for him from now on. I hope to see more of him. Lytle might actually quit from MMA. We'll see. I think he tore his meniscus, or his meniscus removed, or something like that. But either way, Ebersol won the fight. Awesome, unanimous decision. Great fight. Lightweight bout, third fight of the night, George Sotiropoulos versus Dennis Seaver. I thought it was a shocking loss. Sotiropoulos lost to Seaver by unanimous decision. Seaver stuffed every takedown attempt by Soteropoulos, which is Soteropoulos's like bread and butter. The whole ground fighting, just his whole technique. Soteropoulos is awesome when it hits the mat. But Soteropoulos couldn't even start anything. In fact, he got rocked like twice in the first round by Seaver. I did not see this happening. Soteropoulos better work on his takedowns. I know I'm no MMA fighter to be advising anybody, but wow, I couldn't believe that. But either way, awesome, decent fight. Seaver wins. Happy for him. I don't know what the future holds for both fighters. The lightweight division's like really, really stacked, especially with the WC being taken down. But we'll see. Um, Fourth fight, the main card, middleweight bout, Mike Bisping versus Jorge Rivera. Um, I, wow. For those people that watched, kept up with this fight, um, Rivera did a lot of shit talking about Mike Bisping. Um, a lot of tongue in cheek stuff. I didn't think anything really offensive. He was trying to sell the fight. He was saying Bisping's a dick and all this other stuff. But, you know, a lot of fighters say that stuff. But about other fighters, nothing I thought that was over the top when it came to the taunting. But nonetheless, Bisping took this fight very personal, even at the weigh-ins, getting in his face. Kneed him in the first round while he was on the mat, while Jorge Rivera was on the mat. Illegal knee. Clearly, he intended to hurt the guy, and it was on purpose. Um, just really, really bad sportsmanship. Um, I don't know what Bisping was thinking. After Needham, Jorge Rivera looked out of it for the rest of the fight. And I'm not going to say that Rivera lost the fight because of the illegal blow, because I really didn't think Rivera was going to win this fight. But he was tagging Bisping with the right hand, and Bisping does have a glass jaw. And Bisping was kind of trying to take him down out of just like panic mode, you know. But nonetheless, Jorge Rivera, second round, he had to take a little break, which is kind of uncommon. Bisping lost a point for the intentional blow, but nonetheless, Rivera just didn't look like he was going to be back in the fight. Got beat, got cornered in the cage, the octagon, and Rivera just crumbled eventually. At the end of the fight, Bisping goes over to Rivera's corner, sticks his middle finger at him, spits on them. Then I forget what else he said to Rivera, but just horrible. I know he's going to get suspended or fined or something. There's going to be something done by the UFC because that was just over the top ridiculous. And I hate Bisping before. I hate him even more now. After all the shit he talked about Henderson, Dan Henderson. So I hope Bisping. I could if they fire him from the UFC, I could care less. I wouldn't go. I don't think anybody, a lot of people, are gonna care. Maybe the English fans, but whatever. Welterweight bout, the last fight of the night. BJ Penn versus John Fitch. Fitch wins. Fitch wins. Fitch should have won. In my eyes, he won. I thought he had the second and third round. Definitely the third round was a 10-8 round. I could have saw the second round being a draw, but Penn definitely won the first round. The fight ended in a majority draw. I hope they don't do this fight again. Penn looked like he was gassed after the first round. Fitch took him down and did what John Fitch does best. Puts him in the corner of the cage and just grinds. A lot of blows. I know Fitch, I believe CompuStat shows that he had 143 punches to Penn's nothing in the third round. I hope they don't do a rematch. I don't think they are going to do a rematch. Penn's talking about retiring. I thought Fitch won. I hope I don't see Fitch fight for the title, but it looks like it probably will happen. I don't know how the UFC is going to spin this fight. They might put it on like a super card or something. I know, if GSP wins against, if he wins, his next fight that he has a lot of fanfare, but I don't think a lot of fans are going to care about seeing Fitch versus GSP again. But nonetheless, that's the end of my video. It was a great. Both shows were decent. Um, I didn't think UFC 127 was worth the 50 or $60 that people paid for. Um, Shame on the UFC for charging people for that, but hardcore MMA fans bought it or watched it on stream or whatever. But that's it. Please comment. Add me on Twitter. Um, good luck to my friends out there who are doing vlogs. I appreciate a lot of all the support, even some of the feedback. Of all the feedback that I'm getting is negative, positive. I got like 2 or 3 negative comments, but I appreciate those comments. So keep them coming, whether good or bad. The more feedback I get, the better I know what people are interested in hearing me talk about. Because I want to make sure my vlogs are good, but I also want to have a good reflection on Team Takeover because we have a lot of good, passionate fans and forum members that really care about the sport. I don't agree with a lot of what they say, but I respect them because they're knowledgeable. That's the most important thing. You don't want to just be a Zuffa zombie for the sake of being a Zuffa zombie. You know. But either way, that's it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Shout out to DiBiase and Gumby and Sean and Sambo Kid and Kevin Matthews and everybody else. Later, guys.